There are things coming down the pipeline on the artificial intelligence front that are just going to make your hair stand on end within the next year, because there is so much transformation going on in that domain. And that's been the case particularly for the last 6 months, that it's almost unimaginable. You're going to see things you just can't possibly. How many of you clap? How many of you know what Chat GPT is? Okay. So not very many. So I'll tell you what Chat GPT is, just so you know, because you need to know this. And I don't know what sort of technological revolution this is. Gutenberg press level? It's something like that. This is a big deal. So this AI system, it's a general language processing model, was released about a week and a half ago. And I went and interacted with it. It's an AI system, artificial intelligence system. It basically is trained on, well, a massive corpus of spoken or of text. So it's derived its models of the world from the analysis of human speech, essentially. It isn't using real-world data yet, but that will be happening certainly within the next year. So, and Chat GPT analyzes a very large corpus of text, and that corpus is growing all the time. Now, it's already sophisticated enough. I went on to it last week, and I said, okay, some of you know I've written these books, 12 Rules for Life, and then Beyond Order, 12 more rules, because, you know, you can't have enough rules. And I asked it, this is what I asked it to do. I said, write me an essay that's a 13th rule for Beyond Order, written in a style that combines the King James Bible with the Tao Te Ching. That's pretty difficult to pull off, you know. Any one of those things is hard. The intersection of all three, that's impossible. Well, it wrote it in about 3 seconds, 4 pages long, and it isn't obvious to me, for better or worse, that I would be able to tell that I didn't write it. Right, and okay, and that's pretty impressive, although, you know, maybe not its relationship to what I've written, but the fact that it could do that grammatically perfectly, right? And quite impressive philosophically. I also had it write an essay on the intersection between the Taoist version of ethical morality and the ethics that are outlined in the Sermon on the Mount, which it just nailed, got that dead right, brilliant. Again, it took it about 3 seconds. There was a computer engineer who purported to work for Tesla. He asked Chat GPT, he said, look, I work for Elon Musk, but I haven't been doing much for the last week, so I need you to write me 10 bullet points about what I probably would have done as a engineer at Twitter. What 10 things did I do last week that were productive and valuable? And, oh, if you don't mind, write me the accompanying computer code that goes with each project. And it did that too, 3 seconds, and the computer code works. Right, and so, okay, so that's already there. So then a university professor did this. He thought, oh, that's interesting. Any student will be able to write any essay on any topic with Chat GPT. And someone gave it an SAT, by the way, and it scored about as well as the average student in a well-functioning public university. So that's how smart it is. So that's basically an IQ test. He said, write me an essay, gave it a topic, wrote the essay. He said, now grade it. Said if we can automate the students, we should be able to automate the professors too. And so it provided a complete, comprehensive analysis of its own essay with grade. It wrote, someone else asked it, write the screenplay and describe the characters for the next $900 million Hollywood blockbuster. It's like, bang, plot, characterizations. Then someone else took the descriptions of the actors and said, generate photorealistic computer images for each actor. And all the AI systems could do that. So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next. This is going to happen this year. So get ready. Okay, so now we have an AI model that can extract a model of the world from the entire corpus of language. All right, and it's smarter than you. And it's going to be a hell of a lot smarter than you in 2 years. So you can get ready for that too. But it's not that smart yet because it's just a humanities professor at the moment. It doesn't test its linguistic knowledge against the real world. That's what a scientist does, right? You come up with a theory that's linguistically predicated, and then you throw it against the world and see if it sticks. And then the world tells you whether or not your linguistic construction is valid. But the new AI systems will be able to extract out patterns from the world itself, from images and so forth, and then be able to test their linguistic constructions against the world, and so they'll practice just like scientists. And the most advanced models are going to use text and image and action as well, because they'll be able to model human action. And all of that's going to come down the pipes within the next year. So hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because what did my friend Jonathan Pajot say? Giants are going to walk the earth once more. And we're going to live through that, maybe.
AI is the opportunity that you've been waiting for, but you have to make a move. Given how much AI has already altered our systems, over the next few years, I'm expecting it to majorly accelerate our ability to test and learn, not just here, in society. And whoever learns the fastest is going to win. This is all happening in plain sight. Everyone's talking about AI. I know this isn't the first time that you're hearing about it, but to take advantage of this moment, I need you to do 3 simple things. 1, reframe your thinking around AI. Don't see it as the enemy. See it as a tool. It really is a phenomenal tool. You're not going to be replaced by AI, at least not yet. You're going to be replaced by a human using AI. So please be that human that's replacing other people. To do that, you need to, 2, figure out how AI is going to disrupt you. Face it head on, don't run, don't hide, identify your vulnerabilities. And 3, identify all of the AI tools that are relevant to you and master them. Learn absolutely everything you can. Remember, this is the very beginning of a very aggressive and fast-moving revolution. Moving quickly gives you 2 advantages. Number 1, you can rocket ahead of other people by mastering the tools. And if you master the tools, people are going to turn to you because you're able to more efficiently solve problems. Going back to the Elon Musk quote, if you can solve harder problems faster, you're going to get paid more. And in these early days where most people are stuck in the deer in headlights mode, you have an unfair advantage. The second thing is, while others are caught between fascination and panic, you can be voraciously acquiring skills and growing more useful. So take action now. Start mastering the technology while everybody else is absently playing around with AI, dismissing AI, fighting against it, or running in fear. If you embrace it, you can create a skill set moat around you and leverage your knowledge to get paid more or to build something that wasn't even previously possible. The second advantage that AI gives you is an almost unimaginable amount of efficiency in certain tasks. It is insane the things that you can do. If you've seen it in action, it is breathtaking how fast it will come up with answers. I had it recently for a holiday party. I had it generate a quiz based on the most popular movies and songs, and it did it literally in seconds. Gave me 100 different questions and answers. Now, don't get me wrong, AI is not a panacea. There are plenty of problems that right now AI sucks at. Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, the maker of the ubiquitous Chat GPT, has himself said that people are getting so hyped up that they're going to be disappointed. If you think that this is Terminator 2 already and Chat GPT is going to turn into liquid metal and save you from some space aliens, yes, you're going to be disappointed. But if, on the other hand, you look at AI as an efficiency tool that needs to be wielded by a very capable and well-trained human, you're going to dunk on everyone. AI can already write articles, create social posts, generate images, make videos, generate human speech, summarize books or emails, and everything in between, create transcripts of speech, allow you to edit speech by editing the text of the transcript. Yes, you heard that right. You could edit what I'm saying right now just by editing the transcript. I know because we're working on integrating that into our pipeline here as we speak. I had to create a verbal disclaimer acknowledging that I knew a replica of my voice was being generated. Just 3 months ago, this was something that was too expensive for us to do, and now it's readily available. That's how fast things are moving. Legendary futurist Ray Kurzweil predicts that this is all moving so fast that by the year 2045, we will reach what he calls the technological singularity. He defines that as the moment when technology advances so fast that we can no longer predict where things are headed. Why should you believe him? Because approximately 87% of the technological predictions that he's made over the last 3 decades have come true. He's so good at this that Google at one point had him as their director of engineering. Now, maybe AI will fall into the 13% of his misses, but I doubt it, and here's why. AI can improve itself. Let that sink in. Chat GPT is getting smarter right now through its interactions with people, and it can have tens of thousands of conversations going on at the same time with people all around the world. Now, I say this with love. You cannot sleep on this. Maybe you've let other moments pass you by, but don't miss this one. Now, let me be clear. I can never guarantee that I'm seeing things correctly. I could be wrong. I don't have race track record, but I do know that you've got nothing to lose by learning, and you could have a whole lot to gain by implementing. So my advice is to prepare now and take massive action.
AI is a type of technology that helps machines or computers do things that normally need a human brain to do. Stuff like learning, solving problems, making decisions, and understanding what we see or hear. The thing that made the release on November 30th so wild is that Chat GPT democratized access to AI for the first time because it had an interface that we could all use. Chat. They created a massive language model that allowed it to understand our prompts and queries and be able to translate that into machine speak, get the answer, and then retranslate it back to us in human speak. That is what made it so powerful, because now all of us can use it. Right now, ChatGPT spits out words, sentences, paragraphs, articles, and even entire books. It can write legal documents, it can write sales scripts, it can write video scripts. The list is literally endless. I asked it the other day to write a cold email to a plumbing company for marketing SEO services, and it spit it out. And then I said, cool, make it funnier and shorter. Spit out another version. And I said, great, turn it into a text message. Did it. Turn it into a tweet storm. Did it. It's difficult to comprehend the extent of it because it's only really limited by our ability to ask the right questions, which I'll get to later because it's going to be very important in terms of how you choose to use AI. That's just words as the output, but we understand other things. We can interpret images, we can interpret videos, and we can interpret sounds. And the crazy thing is that AI can do that too. So OpenAI also runs DALL-E, which is an image engine generator. And so if I said, hey, give me a guy smoking a cigar, looking over a beach where there's a dragon. Now make it in Van Gogh painting style. Crazy. Now make me 10 versions of that. Now, if you think about the nature of what a video is, back in the day, it used to be a flip book. They would take images and they would flip the pictures, and then you'd have a video because we can't tell the difference at past a certain speed. And so if it can make images, then if it makes lots of images in a row, it can make videos. But on top of that, if it has the words and it can make the video, it can also make the sounds. In the very near future, those will merge. And at the same degree, the inputs being text or verbal will also merge. AI isn't here to replace me, it's here to supercharge me. Why do I say that? Because if you adopt the other one, you might as well just throw in the towel now. You have to embrace change. It's part of humanity. Technology moves, we got to adapt. If AI can condense our inputs, so if I say, hey, go read this book, distill it down and then give it to me, I can now read a book significantly faster. If I say, hey, AI, go summarize all my email and all my Slack messages and predict what I'm going to say, and then all I need to do is validate it, I can do a day's worth of work in a few minutes. I think of ChatGPT and AI of the future as a filter through which we will perceive the world both in and out. Think of it as your home screen. You read everything through AI because it has already distilled it down to the most important nuggets for you. Then in the output side, it makes predictions on what you would say normally, and it continues to get training it better, and then it sends it. We can consume 10 times the information and produce 10 times the output, which is a 100x increase. So that's level one. The next level is the expert level. And these are the people who are losing sleep over being like, oh my God, this thing can now do my job. If you're an expert, what used to take you 90% of your time, which is generating things, you now expand most of your time to using the machine to generate, and then you spend your time doing QA and validating the information, making tweaks. And so in a very real way, using these tools, you become more valuable to the companies that you work for or the clients that you serve.